The Fort Myers housing market has crashed, with median home values plummeting by 13.6% in just 1 year. That's not just a number on paper. It's a gut punch for families who've seen their biggest investment lose value almost overnight. Think about it. Homes that were once worth $366,000 are now valued at just $314,000. For a lot of people, that's tens of thousands of dollars vanished, dreams of equity or retirement savings slipping away. And it's not just about money. It's about stability, about the foundation so many thought they had. When the market takes a hit like this, the ripple effects touch everything from local businesses to school funding. It's a stark reminder of how quickly things can change. This crash isn't just hitting single-family homes. It's spreading everywhere. Take one-bedroom properties, for example. They've taken a serious hit too, with values dropping by 18.1% from their recent peak. That's not just a dip, that's a full-blown slide. And it's not just one neighborhood or one type of home feeling the pain. This is a problem that's reaching into every corner of the market, from first-time buyers to long-time investors. When even the smaller, more affordable places are losing that much value, you know things are bad. It's a sign that this isn't just a blip, it's a trend, and it's affecting everyone. You know, it's not just about having options anymore, it's about having too many. Right now, in Lee County, there are over 12,000 active listings. That's 12,000 homes all vying for attention, all trying to stand out in a sea of for sale signs. And when buyers open up their apps or drive through neighborhoods, they're not just seeing a few great choices. They're drowning in them. It's like walking into a grocery store with 100 kinds of cereal and just freezing up because, honestly, how do you even start? That's the reality today. The market's so packed that buyers don't just feel spoiled for choice. They feel overwhelmed. And when people feel overwhelmed, they don't act. They wait, they hesitate, and that's where the imbalance starts to show. You know, the condo market in Fort Myers is really taking a hit these days. The median price has dropped by over 20% since 2022. And it's not just a simple dip, it's a full-blown crisis. A lot of folks are pointing fingers at the new structural inspection laws that came into play. These rules are tough, requiring deeper checks and more transparency about a building's condition before any sale can go through. And then there's the funding side of things. Lenders are getting pickier, demanding more reserves and stricter financials from condo associations before they'll even consider approving a mortgage. That's making it harder for buyers to get financing, which means fewer people can actually close on these places. So you've got sellers dropping prices just to attract what little interest is left, and buyers? Well, they're either walking away or waiting for even bigger discounts. It's a mess, really. Some say it's a necessary correction after years of overinflated prices. But for folks who bought at the peak, they're feeling the pain right now. And with no quick fixes in sight, this market might stay shaky for a while. Right now, the housing market's feeling a bit sluggish, like it's stuck in slow motion. Normally, you'd see a steady stream of homes being bought and sold, but these days, it's more like a trickle. We're talking about only 590 homes changing hands each week across the whole region. That's not just a little dip. It's a big sign that things have really cooled off. When you've got that few transactions happening, it tells you buyers and sellers are both hitting pause. Maybe folks are waiting to see if prices drop or they're just not sure what's next. Either way, it's like the market's holding its breath. And when homes aren't moving, it's hard to ignore the fact that things are stagnant. It's not a crash, but it's definitely not the kind of activity that keeps a market thriving. So if you're watching the numbers, this is the kind of thing that makes you sit up and take notice. The Fort Myers market is feeling the squeeze these days, and it's not just one thing hitting folks. It's a double whammy. Home values are slipping, which means sellers aren't getting what they hoped for, and buyers, well, they're not exactly jumping at the chance to snag a deal either. Then there's the rental side of things, where prices are dropping too, leaving landlords scrambling to fill vacancies without slashing rates to the bone. It's a tough spot for everyone involved. Sellers are stuck between lowering prices or waiting it out, while buyers are hesitant, wondering if values will keep falling. And renters? They've got options now, but that's not great news for the folks trying to keep their properties afloat. The whole market's in a bit of a holding pattern with no clear sign of which way it'll break next. You know, it used to be that if you wanted to sell your house, you'd put up a sign, and within a week, you'd have offers rolling in. But now, it's like the whole market's hit pause. Sellers are sitting on their listings for months, watching the days tick by with no bites. And buyers? They're out there, but they're hesitant, second-guessing every step. It's this weird standstill. Nobody's making a move, and the whole thing feels stuck. I talked to a realtor last week who said she's got a dozen properties just sitting there gathering dust. Meanwhile, buyers are walking through open houses, nodding along, but when it comes time to sign, they freeze. They're waiting for something, maybe prices to drop, maybe interest rates to shift, but nobody knows when that's going to happen. So here we are, in this strange limbo where the market's just holding its breath, and until someone blinks, that's where it's going to stay. The condominium market in Fort Myers is in serious trouble, and it's all because of some new laws that have shaken things up. A few years back, Florida passed stricter structural inspection rules and funding requirements for condos, especially after that tragic collapse in Surfside. The idea was to make sure buildings were safe, but it's turned into a nightmare for owners and buyers alike. Now, every condo association has to set aside a ton of money for repairs and inspections, and that's driving up fees for everyone. On top of that, lenders are getting nervous. They don't want to finance condos that might have hidden structural issues, so they're pulling back. That means fewer buyers can get loans, and the ones who can are getting cold feet. As a result, condo values are plummeting. Sellers are slashing prices just to get out, but even then, buyers are scarce. Some owners are stuck. They can't afford the rising fees, but they can't sell either. It's a mess, and no one's sure how long it'll take to sort out. The market's in free fall, and until things stabilize, Fort Myers condos are looking like a risky bet. You know, even with the market taking a hit, there are still some real opportunities out there for buyers and investors who know what they're doing. The key is to stay informed, keep an eye on those market trends, see where things are heading, and don't rush into anything. It's all about timing and strategy right now. And let's be honest, this isn't the time to go it alone. Working with a seasoned real estate professional can make all the difference. They've seen these ups and downs before, and they know how to spot a good deal even when things look shaky. They can help you navigate the rough patches, find properties with real potential, and maybe even negotiate a better price than you'd get on your own. So yeah, it's a challenging landscape, no doubt about it. But challenges also mean opportunities if you're willing to put in the work and get the right guidance. Stay sharp, stay patient, and you might just come out ahead. You know, Fort Myers is one of those places where opportunity meets lifestyle, and right now the market is buzzing with potential. Whether you're dreaming of a cozy beachside condo or a sprawling investment property, this area has something for everyone. But here's the thing. Real estate isn't just about location. It's about timing, knowledge, and making smart moves. The market's shifting, and staying ahead means doing your homework. Talk to local experts who know the ins and outs, crunch the numbers, and really understand what's driving value here. This isn't just about buying a home. It's about securing your future in a place that's growing fast. So, if you've been thinking about taking the plunge, don't wait. For those looking to buy or invest in Fort Myers, now is the time to do thorough research and consult with experts to make informed decisions. The right move today could be the best decision you make tomorrow. You know, buying or selling a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, and the Fort Myers market is full of opportunities. But it's also got its own unique challenges. That's why it's so important to do your homework and talk to the experts before you dive in. A good real estate agent who knows the area inside and out can help you spot the best deals, avoid pitfalls, and understand what's really going on with prices and trends. And don't forget, there's more to it than just picking a house you like. You've got to think about financing, inspections, and even future growth in the neighborhood. So take your time, ask questions, and make sure you're working with professionals who have your best interests at heart. The right advice can save you a ton of stress and money down the road. Trust me, it's worth the effort.